Hey folks, Aaron here with the Sherp. Going to be loading it up today, transferring some supplies that I normally keep in the Sherp ready to go, search and rescue type stuff. Got some life jackets I need to put in there. I've got a megaphone that I keep in there, and also take you through a little tour of the new Sherp. The Sherp here has probably got 6 hours on it, maybe. It's basically brand new. So as I'm getting ready to go through the Sherp and point some things out, just some cool stuff, just so you guys know, these are actually hollow. These are about 15-gallon fuel tanks. You can put water in them too, and then they're not connected to the main tank, so you got to take the fuel out into like a soft bladder, and then you can transfer it around to the back and dump it into the fuel tank. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video, and we'll start loading some stuff up, get the Sherp all set. I'll show you the back of the Sherp, and then we'll move around to the front, and I'll show you the front of the Sherp too, and give you more of a detailed look than just a casual outside photo. So stay tuned. Into the back, and in this Sherp, here's a winch to help other people. Sherp doesn't need it, but let's climb up here and have a look. In the back, and you'll notice with this one, I got these cases for two reasons. One is they're good for storage, and second, you can sit on them. And you can take these straps down here and you can sit up on the sides if you want. That's possible, but I'm going to unstrap these and use them for storage of, obviously, things like life jackets and other supplies that need to go along with the Sherp. There are deck storage areas here. There's one here, and then there's a main one there, and this is just the bag that the winch comes in, so you can see what that looks like. So go ahead and pull these boxes out, get one loaded up with life jackets, and we'll go from there. All right, so what are the things that I carry? I'm carrying about a half dozen life jackets in here, and when you go out into certain areas where it's flooded, obviously being able to put a life jacket on, it's smart. But also, if you have people that you might be picking up that maybe can't swim or are traumatized or hurt, then being able to loan them a life jacket's a big plus. The other thing that I have added to the Sherp is this soft stretcher. So if we needed to evac somebody, we can get them on this, and that folds up, and that'll go in the side compartments up there somewhere where it's more readily accessible for any type of emergency. So that, and then one more item. Carry a Bullhorn, and the Bullhorn is if you're out and about and you're looking for people and you need to talk to somebody that might be a distance away, or you're just calling into neighborhoods, then a Bullhorn would come in handy for getting people's attention, because it also has a siren on it, so you can really get people to look your way and understand what you need from a distance. So that's it for the back and the storage compartment. We'll move around to the front, and then also take a look in the back in detail. All right, so I'm in the back of the Sherp. Might as well go ahead and give you the tour while I'm back here. So was able to set up the winch box. You can see we got good storage here if we needed a cooler. We've got the stretcher, the megaphone. We've got a pretty good sized deck here, which is nice. You can seat some people here, and they can see out front, so you don't get quite as sick riding in the back. With the air conditioning unit, this is the first time we've had one of these. Fairly expensive upgrade, but in Florida going to be totally worth it. So this makes riding in the Sherp way cooler. Plus, if you're doing search and rescue, if you're so exhausted from getting to your victim that you can't function because you had to break brush for 2 miles through the Florida heat, you're going to be totally wasted. So an AC unit's not just for the victims, it's for the the whole group that's suffering through some very tough conditions. And it does have heaters, but are standard, but the air conditioning is an upgrade. Up here we've got some storage, which is nice. We have these hand grips, which is nice. You can sit back here on these seats. I turned this one around, made it more of a bench, put the life jackets in there, got all that space open, and then we'll go up to the front and see what's going on. This is what's called a Pro, so this top does not come off on this unit, which is nice. I have some nice upgrades on these newer units. This is a step that's built into the back, which is great, because getting in and out of the back can be hazardous to your health. So I'm going to climb down and move around to the front. before I climb in, I'm going to talk a little bit about the trailer, because I get quite a few questions on, well, what trailer is necessary. They used to make actually some very light duty aluminum trailers, and you see these in videos where they just drive up on them. You can still buy trailers that you can drive up on if they have the dovetail in the back. This one does not. This is really a medium duty trailer in that it is good for about 10,000 pounds gross vehicle weight. You don't need something huge, right? So the Sherp only weighs 2,800 pounds, you know, before you load all the fuel on it and everything else, but about 2,800 pounds. So if you think about that, a 10,000 pound trailer is plenty. And if you get something with the dovetail that is, this one's 18 feet, you know, we've got plenty of room since the Sherp is only about 100 inches long. You can see we've got all this space up here, so we got a nice toolbox, and then a heavy-duty jack for jacking the trailer up if we get flats. And then back here we have some more room, and what you see here is I actually put these on here to increase the traction. And when you come up on the, you know, you come up the ramps, which are no problem, except the ramps are solid steel, and if they're wet, then you can lose traction on the ramps, which I did one time and started to slide off the side. So I put bolts in the ramps, which I'm not going to show you, but I bolted them. Essentially, I studded the ramps, and then I added these 2x4s here. So these big treads, as they come up, will hook into these grooves very easily and catch and pull it straight onto the trailer. The other little thing that I did to make it a little bit less nerve-wracking is to put these sides on into the I cut them out and put them into the side rails, put a metal strip on it just to keep the tires from rubbing the top of the wood off too quickly. So now when I come on, I just pull right up like it's nothing. The Sherp overall is has a very low center of gravity. You can see the ground clearance is like 24 plus inches when the tires are fully inflated, so it's kind of crazy. But the motor sits way down low, you know, in the body, in the bucket there, so center of gravity is very low. So it trailers really, really well compared to like a tractor, which is taller and much heavier. You know, this is a completely different experience than that. So this is a nice rocker panel, switch panel. That's a nice improvement. It looks better. It's the functionality is going to be clearer to understand. That's great. For those of you that don't know the Sherp, it's a skid steer type mechanism in that you can't spin one side backwards, but you can pull on one side and brake that side. So if this side continues forward and you pull back on this one, then obviously you're going to rotate the Sherp. And if you hold back hard enough on one of these, then you can zero turn the Sherp. Engine hours, got your battery voltage, fuel gauge, engine temperature. Over here we have a backup camera with some interior lights, washers. We've got some AC power outlets. These are the AC controls for the air conditioning unit. Here is where we keep track of the tire pressure, and this is in millibars, I think. For the layperson, the tires only run between 1 and 3 psi. So if you look up here, you'll see it gives you an idea of what that means. And if 150 is fully inflated, that would be 3 psi, and if 25 is fully lowered, that would be about 1 psi. And with that, you can increase the amount of traction you get dramatically from maybe having 2 treads on the ground to 4. So you get a massive increase. And then this is a customization that I had done, which I really like, and I'll be sure to show you the lights outside when we go out and take a look at the winch. But I had LED lights put all the way around the Sherp, so it doesn't matter if you're working on the side or if you're driving down a road and you need to look into a neighborhood, you can hit the appropriate LED light and light up all directions. And then here is a, you can call it an escape hatch. Everybody tells me it just needs a 50 cal. Would be the most appropriate thing there. There's some more power outlets, a little bit more storage. Passenger seat with seat belts, which I wish they would get the retracting seat belts because those don't work for squat. And there's the back. Lots of room. I have had 11 people in our other Sherp, which actually had a little bit less room. The pickup version has basically a wall here with a window that opens up. So you can take the back off, which has a lot of great benefits if you are, let's say you want to hunt or you're out playing and you want to swim off the back of the Sherp. You can take the back off and be using it like a dive platform if you wanted to. But you can see lots of room back here if you're carrying food or water or people. You can order it with a stretcher that will go from here back to the door. Obviously, it would be easy enough to build a couple wood platforms where you could lay people side to side. It's 100 inches, so it's wider than people are tall. So you could have, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of those stretched across here with somebody working in the middle of them. And that's pretty much it on the inside, so I head back out. Here's the front LED light. I'll tell you, the LED lights that are built into the Sherp are really good to begin with. So these are really just extra. I had them added because they look cool, and obviously I'm selling Sherps at SherpATVsales.com. If you want to check out more specs and get more information, there's also pricing up there. I'm also going to give a plug for the mobile app, which is called PubSafe. And PubSafe is a community-based public safety platform for sharing information about people that need help. And it's not, you know, just for disasters. We built it originally for disasters to help people connect during hurricanes. But even if you're just off-roading and you have the PubSafe mobile app on your phone, if you need help, you can request help or post an emergency, and other app users in your area are going to be alerted. So if you're out and you get stuck in your Jeep or your truck or whatever, and you need the Sherp to come pull you out, if there's a Sherp nearby and you post to PubSafe, it's gonna blast my phone, I'm gonna see it, I'm gonna realize, hey, somebody else needs a hand, and I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna help try to pull you out. So it has that, it's got an active shooter function in it. It has a way of tracking your volunteer hours. It works anywhere in the world that has a cell phone and an internet signal. So if you're traveling overseas, you can use it for staying in touch back home. If you're about to get hit by a big hurricane, you can you know, save your last known location on there so people can find you. If you're going kayaking, things of that nature, then people will be able to find you if you end up missing. So it really is a great platform. We'd love to get more people on it. It's growing nicely. So download the PubSafe mobile app for Android or iOS and join the community and, you know, be part of the solution. But if you need help, you can get help. If you are out and you can help others, and you have a chance to affect somebody's life. So back to the Sherp, but up here we have the a large light bar. You can see up there we have another LED light bar, and we have the same thing on the other side. It's a little bit hard to see, but you can see up there, that's actually the rack for the air conditioning unit where we're taking in air. And then back here's the winch, which I always say is for other folks, but this is a waterproof winch. And you see we have a bracket that mounts over the existing steel bar. And then it's got a 2-inch receiver there where this winch can then be inserted in the back, or we can move it around to the front if we need to. But you know, I don't foresee needing a winch. I've never had a problem. And that is your Sherp tour for today. If you liked the video, please be sure to like and share and subscribe. I'd love to get more people, more information on the Sherp. We're going Sherping, let's see, today is Thursday. We're going Sherping in a week. Thanks and have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.